So I'm at the headquarters of Uninet Tuner, the headquarters which provides you all the information, all the courses on many subjects. And today I'm invited to talk about my new book, which just came out. It's in English, it says, A World of Three Zeros, Zero Poverty, Zero Unemployment, and Zero Net Carbon Emission. The Italian edition just came out, and there are many other editions, English edition and French edition and Indian editions, and many other editions are available. So feel free to have a look at it. And I'll basically tell you what this book is all about. It's about the experience that I have gone through over the years. We created something called microcredit. It's now 41 years of microcredit. We started in 1976 and created a bank called Grameen Bank or Village Bank and started giving tiny loans to poor women. And it has grown, became known as microcredit, microfinance, and now it has gone into global picture. Almost every country in the world has microcredit program. Your country must have a microcredit program too. You can check it out. Why did we do that? What is the importance of giving small loans to the poor people? And I keep reminding people that financial services to the poor people is just like financial oxygen. If you don't have oxygen in your room, you cannot breathe. You collapse. You become dysfunctional. That's what happens to people when they don't have financial oxygen. And then they collapse, they cannot function, and we call them poor people, as if it's their problem, it's their fault. It's not their fault. Simply they're not connected with oxygen, financial oxygen. The moment you connect them with the financial oxygen, they become alive, they become active, they become creative. That's what the human beings are all about. All human beings are very creative people. No matter whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're a boy or you're grown up, whether you live in a remote place, whether you live in a big city, it doesn't matter. You are a creative person. That is completely forgotten. It's not allowed to bring out because the lack of financial oxygen. That's what we provided. That's why it became very important. That's why it is spread all over the world. Today, as I said, now people take this money and start their own business. And there are nearly about 300 million people, particularly women, receive this microcredit globally throughout the world. And that's what the importance of this. The basic importance that the microcredit or Grameen Bank has done is to challenge the entire banking system. Our banking system doesn't work for the poor people. And that's why our poverty become a stagnant thing. People remain stuck in poverty because they cannot get the financial oxygen. All the banks that you see around us are actually can be categorized as bank for the rich. But we don't say that. We simply say bank as if they work for everybody. They don't work for everybody. They work only for the very rich people. So the rich people get richer, and the poor people remain stuck in the situation that they are, because financial system doesn't extend to those people. So we extended that then, because the banks were telling us that it cannot be done. We demonstrated that it can be done in a very financially sound way, and it can be done in any kind of context, poor country, rich country, wherever it is. Just because someone lives in a rich country doesn't mean they have access to financial institutions. They don't. Exactly the same thing happens anywhere else. The poor people remain disconnected with banking system. So we want to create a universal banking system, a banking system where everybody has easy access. Even the homeless person will have easy access and be able to deal with the bank in a financial way so that they can transform their life in the way they can do because they have the same creativity that anybody else do. So this is what our work started, but then we saw many other problems in the poor families. Problem of health, problem of education, problem of housing, sanitation, you name it, all are the problems. So we created some other efforts. Every time I see a problem, I create a business to solve it. And that's what we call social business. What is different than other businesses? Other businesses are all about making money. If you look around, when you talk about a business, they're always talking about how much money you make. The more money you make, the more successful the business is. If you're in a business, you're supposed to maximize your profit. So you become focused on money making. And what we have done, got away from money making idea. We focused on solving a problem of people. Whatever problem you want to solve, create a business to solve it. So it becomes another kind of business without any intention of making any money for yourself. Conventional business is about making money for yourself. Social business is about solving people's problem, not making money at all. It's zero money making idea, zero dividend idea. So this is the kind of businesses we created, and we call them social businesses. And that idea has now flourished, and we keep saying that why people don't do it, why people can kind of stay away from that. It's only simply because the capitalist system doesn't have a room for such a social business. Capitalist system always talks about business to make money. So we keep telling that the capitalist system actually has put on some kind of glasses on our eyes with big dollar signs on those glasses. So we see the world with the dollar signs. We don't see anything else. We see the world through the lenses of dollars. So we don't see the problem of the people. We don't see the everyday suffering of the people because we are immune from that. Because so much taken away by the dollar sign. It cuts away all other views from our eyes. So what we have done, we said the capitalist system has done a damage to human being by interpreting human being as someone driven by self-interest. That's the core of a capitalist system. I said, no, human being is not simply driven by self-interest. Human beings are much bigger than that. Human being is also driven by selflessness. You can have empathy, you can have fellow feeling, you can do many things. You want to solve people's problem. That part of human being is completely cut off from the conventional economic system. So that's where our role comes in. We said, no, we have to interpret human being as a full human being, real human being, not just piece of the human being which has a dollar sign on their eyes. So what we did actually, we put on new glasses. It's a bifocal glass. You can have dollar sign. Also, you see the globe sign, the global sign. So you do things for yourself. You want to make money, go ahead. But you can also do things for other people, solve the problems of the world. That's where the social business idea came. We continue to function that way. And we point out the capitalist system has become a kind of a machine which sucks up all the wealth of the world and pushes up in the top. So you have a huge mushroom of wealth and owned by few people. A handful of people own bulk of the wealth of the entire world. So if you look at it, it's less than 1% of the population own more than 99% of the wealth of the entire world. That's a world that nobody would like to have such a world, but that's what we have created through our capitalist system that we have. So we said, no, we can undo that thing. And instead of wealth going upwards, we can find a system which will bring wealth downwards and be shared with everybody else. That's where our direction should be. So the young people can do that, and that's what the young people are all about, with all the creative power, to make sure they can create social businesses and addresses all the problems and create a world with zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero net carbon emission. And when it comes to unemployment, we also raise a separate issue. Again, blaming the capitalist system, which went wrong in interpreting human being. In capitalist system, human beings are interpreted as someone who has to work for somebody. All young people are told, get a good education, get a good degree, so that you can have a good job. If you don't have a good degree, you don't get a good job. So everybody has to have a job. That's the idea of the capitalist system. And I've been saying that it's absolutely wrong idea. It's an idea which doesn't fit real human being. Real human beings are not job seekers. Real human beings are not born to work for somebody else. Real human beings are entrepreneurs. And that's what they should be. And that's what our history says we are. Entrepreneurship is in our DNA. We can continue to explore our own creative power. Essence of human being is creativity. If you accept a job, if you're looking for a job, you found a job, then you have to surrender all your creativity, because job requires you to obedience to their rules and procedures. They shape you according to their requirement and put you into small slot what they need. They don't need you as a human being with all the creative power. So you sacrifice, surrender all your creative power to accept a job. That's a very damaging thing to a human being. So I keep going back. I said that we should make sure that all human beings can behave and become entrepreneurs. So we continue to do that. What we do, we ask the young people to come with business idea, then we invest in their business. We become their partner. And once they are successful, they return the money, and we don't need their profit. Profit stays with them because we are social business. We are not interested in profit. The only thing we do is to get our money back. So that's how thousands and thousands of young people in Bangladesh come with business ideas and continue to become entrepreneurs. That's the direction we can go. In the process, we can change the whole economic structure that we have. Instead of few people become wealthy, the wealth become distributed for everybody. Because if we become all entrepreneurs, we are not working for anybody. So they cannot be the one to grab all the wealth of the world. We are actually becoming mercenaries for them. We work for them so that they can get the money. So we don't have to. We can create our own enterprises and can catch our own wealth, keep it ourselves. So the wealth becomes distributed to everybody. And we can create a different kind of world, a world where there is no wealth concentration, where wealth is shared by everybody else. So in order to do that, the basic thesis of the book is we have to move out of this greed-based civilization. This civilization is totally based on greed. That's why it has created enormous problem for all of us. Moving away from this greed-based civilization, we have to move into a civilization of empathy and sharing and fellow feeling for everybody. And that is the world that we can all look forward to. And that's where the role of the young people come. If they can imagine this world, if they can detail out in their mind, this is the kind of world we want to prepare, we'll make it happen. Thank you very much.